This is not a book about success. This is not a book about confidence, motivation, or applause. This is a book about something deeper, quieter, and stronger. Something that doesn't need to be seen to be real. Something the world doesn't celebrate, but every soul desperately needs. This is a book about Sisu, the Finnish word that means grit, dignity, and the unshakable decision to go on, even when every reason says you shouldn't. Sisu is not a feeling. It is a choice. It is not found in comfort. It is born in hardship. It does not cry for attention. It walks through the fire, alone if necessary. If you're here looking for applause, this book is not for you. If you're waiting for the world to clap for your courage, you'll be waiting forever. But if you're ready to build in silence, to endure without sympathy, to rise when no one sees, and to walk forward with nothing but your spine holding you up, then you're in the right place. Sisu is not what you do when you're strong. It's what you do when you're out of strength. But continue anyway. Let this be the beginning of your private rebellion. A rebellion against weakness, against noise, against giving up. This is your quiet power, and no one needs to clap.
Sisu, the Finnish spirit. Finland has a national word that defines its people, a word that cannot be fully translated, only lived. Sisu means grit, quiet courage, relentless determination in the face of impossible odds. It is strength without spectators, endurance without applause. You don't conquer nations with Sisu. You outlast them. A land of silence and strength. In a world obsessed with speed, volume, and visibility, Finland stands apart. A land of snow, silence, and stoic power. The Finnish people are not known for conquest. They are known for endurance. Sisu is how a small snow-covered nation stood up to the Soviet Union in 1939 and refused to break. It's how individuals survive endless winter nights, depression, grief, isolation, and come out with dignity intact. In Finland, people don't run to talk shows to explain their trauma. They don't need the world to see every tear to validate their pain. Instead, they believe in something South Africans often ignore: private strength in isolation, the fire after fuel. Sisu is the fire that burns after the fuel is gone. It is doing what must be done when no one is watching. And there's no reward, no applause, no healing words. It is saying, I will go on, even when I feel nothing but frost inside me. Where we seek noise, Sisu seeks silence. Where we look outward, Sisu looks inward. Where we cry out, Sisu whispers. Stand, alone if needed, still. Not weakness, clarity. Sisu teaches us that isolation is not always loneliness. Sometimes it is clarity. It is the place where all the noise of the world is stripped away, and the only thing left is your decision. Will I endure this moment with no fanfare, no sympathy, no crowd? That is not weakness. That is power. The kind we, as South Africans, must learn if we want to become unshakable. A time to grow up. We must not abandon our warmth, our spirit, our joy. But we must stop outsourcing our strength to the internet, to society, to talk radio. It's time we stopped performing our struggle and started mastering it. It's time we embraced silence, stillness, and the quiet power of enduring. Let us learn from the Finns. Let us make room for Sisu in the South African soul, because not every battle needs a witness. Some victories are earned in the dark and carried alone. For Sowetan live, there's a word I want to bring into the South African conversation. It's not from America, not from the struggle. It's from deep snow, silence, and survival. But forget where it comes from. It's what it means that matters. Sisu, Sisu is the strength to continue after your strength is gone. It's grit with no audience. It's pain without posting. It's endurance when there's no reward. It's the decision to stand, even if no one sees you, thanks you, or walks with you. Sisu is the opposite of how we live, let's be honest. Many people are external. We talk, we confess, we vent. We call radio stations, post on TikTok, and hope someone replies, "You're so strong, babe." But the truth is, not all strength needs to be seen. Not all pain needs to be shared. We are bleeding publicly and healing slowly. We're performing our trauma. And in all this noise, we are forgetting how to suffer with discipline. Sisu is for the single parent with no one to help, but shows up anyway. The job seeker who's been ignored 45 times and sends CV number 46, the man going through depression but still feeds his family. The girl who keeps walking past the corner where she was once attacked. That's Sisu. No likes, no sympathy, just the choice to continue. Why we need it now. This world is loud, tired, angry, desperate. We're waiting for someone to come save us. But Sisu says, no, one is coming. Stand anyway. Not because you feel strong, but because quitting is not an option. Because even in stillness, in silence, in total isolation, you are not finished. Final word. You don't need a hashtag. You don't need a support group. You don't need an audience. You need Sisu. The private decision to rise without applause, keep going without fuel, and be unshaken when life offers no comfort. That's not finish. That's universal. And it belongs in our bones now. Sisu. Part 2. Build without applause. Endure without witness. Sisu is not a feeling. It's not a mood. It's a decision. It doesn't ask you to feel strong. It doesn't wait for conditions to improve. It simply asks, will you continue? Even when it no longer makes sense to. How to practice. Sisu. Universal guidelines for quiet strength. Act without applause. Don't wait for recognition, encouragement, or permission. Do what must be done even when no one is watching, no one is clapping, and no one says thank you. Let your strength be self-sourced. Decide. And then endure. Sisu begins where motivation ends. Make a firm decision, and stick to it, even when your feelings change. Let discipline carry what inspiration cannot. Embrace silence as strength. You don't have to explain everything. You don't have to tell the world your pain. Sisu is about carrying your burden privately, with dignity. Let silence become your sanctuary, not your sentence. Work with what you have. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start with the tools, time, energy, and materials you already have. Begin small. Begin now. Hold your line. Even when shaken, Sisu is not about never feeling fear or pain. It's about not letting those feelings dictate your actions. Let courage mean consistency, not absence of emotion. Endure with integrity. Don't lie, cheat, or sell your soul for ease. Sisu is endurance with ethics, choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. Let your struggle shape you, not stain you. Get comfortable with discomfort, dark, old uncertainty, fatigue, rejection. All of these are part of the path. Don't avoid them. Walk through them. Train your spirit in their fire. Let difficulty become your discipline. Be your own witness. Sisu doesn't rely on external validation. Celebrate your quiet wins. Mourn your silent losses. Then stand up again, alone if necessary. Let your inner voice be louder than the world's noise. Final reminder, Sisu is not about winning. It's about refusing to quit. Not every day will be glorious, But every day can be honorable. That's not weakness. That's not madness. That's sovereignty. Sisu doesn't wait for the system. Let's speak clearly. The system is broken. Jobs are scarce. Safety is fragile. Promises are empty. But Sisu doesn't wait for the government. It doesn't wait for opportunity. It builds something small from what's left. You don't have a job? Create value, trade, hustle, sell, start. No degree? Teach yourself. Learn offline. Read, apply, repeat. No support? Sisu doesn't ask for comfort. It moves with discipline, not feelings. We are in a country where waiting is killing dreams. Sisu says, stop waiting. Start walking. Stop performing struggle. Start owning. In this new age, pain has become performance. We narrate our hardships so others can feel with us. We seek audience instead of action. But Sisu refuses to be a victim. It doesn't need agreement. It doesn't need sympathy. It chooses to own the pain, walk with it, and turn it into a quiet revolution. The most dangerous power. Self-respect, Sisu, is the strength to keep your dignity when everything around you tells you to break. Not because things are fair, but because you've decided not to fall apart. It is what makes a mother still comb her child's hair with care after losing everything. It's what makes a young man wake up at 5 a.m. to polish his shoes, even if there's nowhere to go yet. It is the refusal to be ruined. That kind of self-respect becomes a fire others cannot put out. Final word. South Africa needs builders, not victims. We don't need more pity. We need people with scars and spines. We need those who've been hurt, betrayed, disappointed, but who stand anyway, work anyway, build anyway. That's Sisu. And that's what we must learn, because not every battle needs applause, and not every victory needs a witness. Some are carried in silence, and they still save lives. The only way to Sisu is through humility. You cannot fake Sisu. You cannot buy it. And you certainly can't wear it like fashion. The door to Sisu is humility. If your ego is still loud, still needing attention, praise, status, or appearance, you are not ready. Sisu is quiet because it is not about image. It is about inner mastery, not outer validation. You must shrink your ego before you can grow your strength. As long as you're chasing admiration, you will live in debt, financial, emotional, and spiritual. As long as you need to be seen, you will overextend your life to impress those who don't even care. As long as you fear looking low, you will sabotage real progress just to protect an illusion. There is no Sisu in flash. There is no courage in ego. There is no dignity in pretending. Sisu begins when image dies. The one who wears the same shoes until they fall apart, but still walks forward, has Sisu. The one who eats simply, lives within their means, and builds brick by brick, has Sisu. The one who doesn't borrow money to impress strangers, but saves, plans, and moves quietly, is already free. Final word. If your ego is still in charge, Sisu will never enter. Shrink it, strip it, silence it. Then, and only then, will you find the calm fire that does not flicker when the world grows cold.